reading coach for my local school district. And basically what I do is I essentially teach teachers, but I teach them or work with them in the area of professional development. I go in and sometimes do model lessons, which is what I'm preparing for today. And I just thought, like, man, I really miss this part of teaching, this part of being able to go in and personalize a lesson, making sure that the lesson is engaging and both appealing to the eye, I guess, and what students see. So I think a big part of what some teachers miss out on is that engagement piece, not necessarily making sure that they are just being able to tell the students what the standard is or explicitly explain what the standard is, but that their ability to capture that student's attention. And so one way that I feel like this can be done is with the props that we use in teaching. And those props would be like our anchor charts, any thing that we bring to the lesson, the tangibles of the lesson. So I missed that part. One of the pieces that I'm using today as a prop is the anchor chart. I'm creating this anchor chart. We're reading A Whistle for Willie, and we're working on being able to summarize the lesson using the strategy Somebody Wanted to, But So Then. So I'm creating this anchor chart, and I'm going to try, I'm not an artist by far, but I'm going to try to replicate this picture of Willie whistling. I'm going to put it here on my anchor chart. So I'm going to come back once I'm done. And like I said, I'm not an artist, so y'all don't pick on me. Like I tell the kids, I'm doing the best that I can do. But anyway, I'm going to come back and kind of like put all of these pieces together and let you know how I created this lesson. This is the chart, or the anchor chart. Utilizing the strategy Somebody Wanted to, But So Then. This strategy is perfect for teaching students how to summarize. I also use it when students struggle to be able to summarize within the story, and it's a great tool for testing. So like if you want a go-to strategy for students that are entering into an assessment, this is a quick strategy they can use when they are reading a fictional story. All right, so here you go. I have my prop, quote unquote, my anchor chart for the lesson. I'm going to go ahead and create a think sheet for the students to fill out. For the plot, I'll have them write the important points in the text. And like I said before, I always script out my lesson. And so I'm going to release students into the question, how does Willie solve his problem? And so if you look here, I've already scripted out my 2 expected responses and the pages that you can find them on. So just as I said before, one of my favorite parts of teaching is creating curriculum. And so when I was a teacher in the classroom, I generally created my own think sheets, my anchor charts, all those things myself, and I tried to customize them to what I was teaching in the lesson. And so just as I stated before, we're working on standard 2.2. That standard calls for students to be able to retell a text in both written and verbal form. And so today I am going to assess students on their understanding of the plot of the story. And so we want them to have evidence of learning, and their evidence of learning today will be surrounded around discussion. But before students go out to actually discuss what they're doing, I'm going to have them complete a think sheet. And so I'm creating my think sheet right now. I'm creating my think sheet right now. It's basically just going to be a sheet where I've already filled in some of the portions of it that we're going to do as a class. So like I told you, we were using the strategy Somebody Wanted to, But So Then. So on this think sheet, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the somebody, what they wanted, and the problem. Students are going to be released to fill in the plot or the so part of the strategy. And then I'm struggling right now, not necessarily struggling, but I'm sitting here thinking, because I know that day 2 of the lesson, they're going to complete, or we're going to have a lot of discussion around the lesson. So I don't know if I'm going to complete that or fill that in right now, but I'm kind of thinking about it. So I'll come back and let you guys know how, or show you guys how the graphic organizer actually looks. All right, so this is the think sheet that I am going to go ahead and use with my students. Like I said, in this lesson, I'm really focusing on them being able to retell the plot of the story, and then we're going to go in with a modeled lesson on how to uncover the lesson in the story. So I'll come back and let you guys know how the lesson went. Have a great one.